You start setting the tone. You don't get access to me when you start acting like that, ma'am. You don't get access to me and you talking all crazy and you doing all this stuff. You don't get to have access to me and do these things. So until you figure out how to speak to me, you don't have access to me. You're not putting hands on nobody. You're not cursing them out. You're not saying anything wild. But what you are doing, which is we've talked about this, a woman's kryptonite is attention. When you take away that attention, that's a powerful move. It's powerful. Take away the attention. Oh, I'm not gonna give you that. No, my attention is too expensive for me to just give this to someone who is being disrespectful towards me. Set boundaries, set standards in your relationships and how you deserve to be treated. What's going on, family? It's your girl, Samantha Lee, and I'm here because I saw something, a short, when I was looking for content. I saw this short, and it brought me to a place of like, okay, I got to respond to this. I got something to say to this. And so I decided, you know what? Let me go ahead and do it. So here I am. But before I get into the content, this is a piece from Hardly Initiated Podcast. Got to give their shout outs, their due credit. They clipped this up, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. But before I get into that clip, I want to go ahead and first say to you guys, if you have been watching my channel and you like what your girl is doing, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, okay? And hit that notification bell because I'm putting out content almost daily. All right. I ain't mad at Sam. Anyway, y'all, let's get into it. So we've got a piece of content today. I'm going to tell you what the name of it is. This is how you know she's getting ready to leave you. You know, I had to do this clip because I saw it and I felt like this was something that I had a lot to say about. So I'm going to just play the content. I'm going to shut up and I'm going to let it go, okay? So let me go ahead and we're going to watch this content, okay? Let's get into it.
Like I was
go back
after
and
all
go here.
No, listen, it was to the point where I was like, I was doing things because I was trying to get him to leave me.
Right.
Leave me. I'm disrespecting you. I'm not coming home. I don't want to sleep in the bed with you. Leave me. And I kept telling him, you deserve better than what I'm giving you. You deserve a woman to love you and respect you and want to be with you. And I don't have those feelings anymore. And so before I hurt you more, we need to just separate. This is my ex-husband that I'm talking about.
So I'm going to play that again because I felt like it was and again, the full video is on Hardly Initiated. I'm playing it again and I had something to say about this. So you guys go ahead and stay to the end because there's more I've got to say. So let's play this again.
Wow.
No, listen, it was to the point where I was like, I was doing things because I was trying to get him to leave me.
Right.
Leave me. I'm disrespecting you. I'm not coming home. I don't want to sleep in the bed with you. Leave me. And I kept telling him, you deserve better than what I'm giving you. You deserve a woman to love you and respect you and want to be with you. And I don't have those feelings anymore. And so before I hurt you more, we need to just separate. This is my ex-husband that I'm talking about.
Wow.
All right, y'all. I'm going to say this about this clip because I think it's interesting from a woman's perspective. She's basically in a relationship, in a marriage, and she's describing how at some point she stopped having these feelings for her husband. So instead of just having a conversation, she decided to disrespect him and not come home and not do certain things so that he would then leave her because she's being so disrespectful and not being considerate of the marriage. I have a lot of issues with this, y'all, because we can look at the guy and be like, oh, you know, why did he stay? He should have left. She being disrespectful. You need to set boundaries. I have an issue with both parties here. I'm going to start with the woman because she's the one who's talking. She starts off by saying, you know, I stopped coming home at night. I started sleep. I didn't want to sleep in my own room. I'm telling him he deserves something better to me. He deserves to be respected. He deserves to be treated right. And I'm saying to myself, you like communicate what's wrong. Okay. And the thing about it is just because you're not feeling it no more doesn't give you the right to step out or disrespect people until you've had this epiphany moment where you're like, I feel so bad about how I'm treating you. Now I need to have a conversation. No, when you started having those feelings, that's when you start having those kind of conversations. You don't do this to a man. A lot of women do this. That's some toxic behavior. And I don't know you, sis. I know that, you know, I don't know her. This is not personal to her, but this is my reaction to what she's saying. A lot of us try to push people out of relationships and start arguments and do different things because we do the dirty work. We don't want to say we're unhappy. We don't want to address how we feel. We rather push somebody out of a marriage versus actually doing the work or addressing what's going on within me. Because I guarantee you, if she does not address whatever is happening in these relationships, in the future, she's going to continue to have issues in relationships in this way. And you will have to identify what it is about you that disconnects from people and then decides instead of having a healthy conversation, I'm just going to treat you badly until you decide to leave me. I'm going to sabotage my own relationship to someone who actually really did love me and really did respect me. That he understood that in the blink of that moment, that maybe this is my wife. This ain't my girlfriend. This ain't somebody I'm just dealing with. This is my wife. I'm going to push through this moment with her because maybe she's dealing with some things. You didn't understand that. You didn't understand the concept of that. And this poor man now has psychological damage or whatever, or trauma from the fact that this woman did not know how to handle feeling unhappy or how to deal with those feelings in the marriage until it got to a point where she started feeling bad about how she was treating this man. That's a shame. That's a shame. Because it happens way too frequently. This is not an unusual story. In fact, this was named and titledly initiated as, she's getting tired or whatever, getting to a place that she's about to leave you. Sometimes women absolutely will push the limits. And this is where I'm going to go to men. When women start treating you with disrespect, when they start doing certain things and you feel like you interpret it as disrespectful, you need to boundaries. I say this to anybody, any person, man, woman, but I'm speaking to men because she did this, man, and men, this is happening to men where they're being disrespected. Women are pushing all the limits, doing all this stuff because they're preparing to leave. No, have the conversation. If you're tired and you don't want to fight for the marriage anymore, speak. Have an effective communication. Set up a therapy session. There's so many other options other than disrespecting to the point that you then feel bad about how bad you're treating them. I'm gonna go back to what my point was. My point is this. When a woman starts to disrespect you and she gets away with that over and over and over again, I'm gonna give you something. I'm gonna give you game right now. If she's able to get away with that over and over and over again, she starts to lose a little respect for you. So instead of being disrespectful in a moment of behavior, she starts to see that as, oh, I can disrespect him and he gonna stay. Just like if a woman was with a man and he's cheating, and she keeps saying, he's gonna be like, oh, okay, well, she gonna get mad, but she gonna take me back. So we have that little moment, but I still have the opportunity. It wasn't enough of a consequence for me to really see that this is not what I should do. The same thing with women. If a woman disrespects you, or you catch her cheating, and you just keep accepting, that woman starts to lose a little bit of respect for you. It's not like, oh, he just stayed with me and he just loves me and is so patient with me. No, there's a way for someone to love you and respect you and be patient with you, but you still have to set boundaries with people. You teach people how to treat you. That's the realest thing I can say right now. You teach people how to treat you. And when a woman is able to keep pushing to the extent it starts to make her feel bad, that's actually good because that was all on her conscience. A lot of times we push people and we want them to leave, right? That's what we want them to do. So it gives us the excuse or the buyout, like, oh, you know what? If I'm arguing with somebody, let's say I picked a fight, their response will either make me feel justified or make me feel like I'm the villain. Granted, we're talking about normal personality types and stuff like that. At some point, your empathy, your compassion will come in and be like, okay, you know what? I'm wrong. I did that. I poked the bear. I did that. Right? We can admit that. But there are other personality types that, they don't have that same understanding. And that's a whole nother animal. But we talking about normal. I think that there's a level of like, okay, well, I'm going to turn the other cheek. I'm going to let her go through this moment. I'm going to do certain things. But there's a way to be patient with somebody and still set a boundary. You can still set a precedent so you will be treated and still be patient with someone's process. That's a complicated balance. But as a man, I'm not saying, okay, when a woman disrespects you and she's your wife, you just leave her. No, I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is when someone is displaying this type of disrespect, you have to teach people how to treat you. Don't just put up with it. Let her know. You don't have to do the rah-rah. You don't have to go up. You could be like, listen, until you learn how to speak to me correctly, we're not going to have this conversation. Walk out. Do whatever you got to do to keep your peace and not act out of character and make a bigger mess or anything like that. But you start setting the tone. You don't get access to me when you start acting like that, ma'am. You don't get access to me and you talking all crazy and you doing all this stuff. You don't get to have access to me and do these things. So until you figure out how to speak to me, you don't have access to me. You're not putting hands on nobody. You're not cursing them out. You're not saying anything wild. But what you are doing, which is a woman's kryptonite is attention. When you take away that attention, that's a powerful move. It's powerful. Take away the attention. Oh, I'm not going to give you that. No, my attention is too expensive for me to just give this to someone who is being disrespectful towards me. Set boundaries, set standards in your relationships and how you deserve to be treated. This really hurt me because I see a lot of women, this is how we at a point where we're not able to be with somebody, communicate, say what's up, have a conversation, get in front of a therapist. This is a marriage. This ain't your boyfriend. Have a conversation. Don't just give up because not feeling it anymore. You know how many times feelings go, y'all, ooh, I'm about to stand up. You know how many feelings go up and down? We keep talking and allowing feelings to be our determinant of whether we stay, we go, whatever. Feelings go up and down. You're not going to always feel like you in love. You're not going to always feel like you have all these butterflies. Like, that's actually supposed to not be there after a while because you done got used to somebody. We have this really faulty understanding of what love and commitment is. When I stop feeling it, that's when we leave. No, unless it's abuse, unless it's cheating, unless it's something that where you cannot stay, your mental health is being compromised or spent at the cost of being in this relationship, well then yes, it's too expensive. But when we're talking about just, oh, I'm not really feeling you no more. I'm good. Bye. No. And we've made that. I've heard people say, oh, well, if you're not happy, just go. No, it's not about happy. It's temporary. Happy goes in and out. I could be happy in the beginning of the day and sad at the end. Happy is happy. This is feelings. They go up and down. Keep going up and down. We have to start making choices beyond how we feel in a moment. And as women, as she's stated in this thing, we go with our feelings. We go with that. Oh, okay, well, I'm not happy, so I'm gonna start treating you as bad as possible so that you get the hint and leave me. But since you didn't get the hint and you didn't leave me, I'm just gonna now say what I should have said to begin with. No, we're not gonna give you no pass. That's not healthy. Have a conversation. Let's learn how to effectively communicate with each other instead of doing irreparable damage to another being and not taking into account how our actions affect other people. Now, again, this is not personal to this woman. It's to the behavior. It's to what is being said, because that needs to change. Anyway, y'all, it's your girl Samantha Lee, and I'm here, and I had a good time doing this with you guys. I really wanted to dissect that. I really had something to say. Okay, so I had to do it. But if you want to see more of me and you want to see more content like this, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and click the link in the pinned comment in the description box. All right, y'all, I will talk to you guys soon. Bye. Hey guys, thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you guys. Go ahead, hit the subscribe button, y'all. Let's not just be every once in a while. Let's become family, okay? Friends that are family. Okay, join my family today.